Oh, sorry, you keep saying it's blue, it doesn't look blue to me, it looks gray. Turns the blue light on.
Okay, gray button on the right hand side.
There we go. Oh, cool, alright, call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. And start the roll call.
Christine present.
Kirk here.
Here, present. Cahalan, present.
Becca present.
And Hillsman present. Alright, guess we'll start with approving the meeting minutes from January 21st, which everybody just got a copy of, so let me know when you're ready. Did you state that or did Chris state that? It seems it was incidental, but no, I can't remember, it was Chris, right?
No, Chris didn't say that either. They say they would have paid their portion, but of the road, but
Yeah.
there's no money talked. As far as the end of Ossipee with the Pine River Road. They said they would willing to pay that portion,
Right,
but we didn't discuss money.
no,
Not that portion.
Right, so I would take that,
yeah, take that out,
cross that out,
Wait, what do you,
19,000.
oh,
It's on the minutes,
yeah.
what about them?
What's that, 4901-01,
first page, down
Yeah.
below.
second sentence is incorrect. About the town of
So,
Ossipee paying
Yeah,
correctly.
the town of Ossipee will pay
The
for
535, that one, or the 232?
4901.
The 4901?
Wait a second.
Oh. Okay.
Basically, it stated that town of Ossipee was willing to pay their section of the paving of the Pine River Road.
Just without a dollar figure.
Right.
Was this one actually a joint meeting? Cause it says it at the top.
It was not.
I didn't think so.
Say that again, what you said?
It says at the top that it was a joint meeting, but I didn't really think it was.
Oh, no.
Good catch.
Good.
Mind if I just.
Go ahead.
I'm good. You comfortable and good?
Yep. Yeah.
Is this the new total?
Mhm.
With the warrant?
That's what we went through them all today.
What's that?
Before the meeting, we had a meeting, we went through everything.
Okay,
So I got the. Yes, we should put those in.
yeah. She gave me the number on the operating budget, but she didn't have the warrant articles totaled up yet. It's most of that Pine River Road.
Yeah, we voted back, well, we didn't vote, but we changed it back to 200, because it does not involve your taxation. It does not increase your.
Because of the 250. Okay,
We gotta stay 250, because it's already in tax,
that's true, okay.
you know,
Yep,
we shouldn't take it away from them.
okay, so did we use that somewhere else, or we just put it in the
I
unassigned
just
fund
put
balance?
it back in the unassigned fund balance,
Okay,
because you weren't doing nothing with it anyway.
right, nope, that makes sense. Now, I figured we'd be a little bit high because of Pine River Road on the warrants. But I don't know what
Well,
else.
we're
added
taking it
to
all from unassigned fund balance to 270,
Yeah, oh, that's true. Okay,
so there is no tax.
no, you're right, no increase,
No additional increase.
no additional
additional
increase, right. Okay,
Okay,
yep, well, we're gonna go through them anyway. Vicky, you good? Alright, then. I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as amended for January 21st, 2026. All in favor?
need a second.
I'm sorry,
Second, somebody, well, I'll second.
got ahead of myself there, thank you. Alright, second by Leo, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright. I don't have an updated B to A. So we can get right into the warrant articles. Unless anybody else has any other budget stuff they wanna get into.
I missed what you said.
I said unless somebody has any final budget reviews, we can get right into voting on the warrant articles. Okay,
Guess we gotta read these too, huh?
gotta read those two, but we can just do them one at a time. So so that first is obviously municipal building roof repair project. No taxation on that one, it's coming out of the unassigned fund balance. So I'll make a motion to approve warrant article number 2 for the municipal building roof repair project for $30,000 to come out of the unassigned fund balance.
I second.
Second by Vicky,
Hold on,
discussion?
I don't think this said this before. Now it says that the sum is to come from the proceeds received at the auction, which have been placed in the unassigned fund balance. There is no such thing.
What, are you on number 2?
Number 2,
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. The hell?
Oh, isn't that supposed to be the, what was
it's
gonna?
the same thing in number 3, actually.
Yeah, that is correct, we did vote on that one. For the auction.
We haven't gotten any money from the auction, it's not part of the unassigned fund balance.
And if you do get money from it, it's just part of the unassigned fund balance, so it's not noteworthy to write proceeds from the auction. Unless that's a speaking point at town meeting for the board of selectmen, fine, but
And we can, if we don't get the money, then we can, cancel it. At town meeting.
It's
But-
this year's money, it's not 2025's money, it's not part of the unassigned fund balance.
It would be if you receive it.
For this year.
Yeah, it rolls over.
It rolls over, it doesn't go.
From 25 to 26, it rolls over into 26.
But you haven't.
Yeah, but you
gotten
didn't
it
get
yet.
any money in 2025 from the auction,
Okay, I
so
know.
it's not part of the unassigned fund balance, and it's not,
The second
it's
we get-
imaginary still.
The second we get the money, it's part of the fund balance.
It's, goes into the general fund.
I think the bigger point here is,
If you go over budget by the end of the year, you don't necessarily have it anymore.
it just comes from the unassigned fund balance, forget the auction.
Yeah,
So then,
that
if
can
they
come,
don't have the money, when it comes time to put this in, it's the selectmen's, they don't have to fund it. Because they're the selectmen, it's not like it's a,
Yeah, we don't have to fund it, we can,
yeah, it's not like it's a petition warrant article that was adopted for money or something, it's not an absolute. Because it's not like they're going to spend it, it's not like they've entered into a contract that's an obligation.
right,
It's just simply would come from the unassigned fund balance, end of story.
and at town meeting, if we don't see the money, we can cancel.
Right, and if the money's there next year, when you decide to open that account, great. If you don't open the account, it just doesn't happen.
So perhaps any language pertaining to the auction should be stricken?
yeah,
Exactly.
that would be fine.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't have our actual vote sheet in front of us, but if I recall, originally that was supposed to come from just the unassigned fund balance from this year.
Well, it's the only place it can come.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, when we, like, to that point, that verbiage wasn't part of the original vote.
I know I utilize the word auction quite a bit, so, yeah, I don't have a problem.
Am I right that the funds from the unassigned fund balance comes from taxation, right?
Comes from several places.
Those revenues,
A part of it,
It can
okay,
car registration, it comes everything. Timber tax,
be governmental funds that you didn't anticipate, block grants.
Yeah.
It can be anything and everything.
you got a dozen plus. Dollar fee for,
so
Registration for a
actually, it's money that we're getting from the taxes, from the people, but you're using it for, could be anything you want, right?
Well, yeah. Well, as long as the people appropriate it.
right, they have to approve it at town meeting.
I know.
So
And
where you
the
getting that?
town, I'm just saying, and the town meeting is. It doesn't. Do we know what money goes in there after the town meeting?
Goes in, I'm
In what?
confused, goes in where
Like what the
Vicky,
actual balance is.
Right,
so we
So-
had an estimate before we did the warrant articles, particularly the other warrant articles. And we agreed with the select board to use 343,000 from the unassigned fund balance from 2025.
Well, it's just gonna be there from any time in
Yeah.
the past and any time in the future.
Yeah, so,
but this is for the 2026, so we know we got that money.
yeah, this isn't, we didn't agree to auction money, we agreed to excess revenue that the town had. So that verbiage should be taken out of this.
So it'll be changed to UFB.
Well, you're right, so that's in the first paragraph, so we just eliminate the second
Yeah,
sentence,
those
this
are
last
talking
sentence.
points, but
Yeah.
it's not something you can put on the warrant, cause DRA will strike it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really add much in the description anyway.
No,
It's all taxpayer money, one way or the other, so if the taxpayers are saying, yeah, fund it, great. That's the end of the discussion, it's the taxpayers' vote.
okay,
It's their money, bottom line, no matter where it comes from.
alright, so this is new to me, do we vote on this as amended?
It's just the scribness thing, I don't.
Yeah, it's just, we
Doesn't
don't need to
change
vote,
the
yeah.
warrant article.
Could it possibly, to throw it out there, instead of having it as, you use whatever, representing anticipated revenue.
So that's kind of my other thing with this. It's anticipated revenue. It's not leftover money from last year. If you think you're getting $380,000, let's put it in the estimated revenues. You're anticipating money coming in this year that we are in. You're not counting money in the year that has ended. Because it's not in hand, it wasn't in hand, it's still not in
And if you
hand.
think about it, it hasn't all been paid, right? Still
No,
people.
They haven't even all
What if someone
transferred.
dies, then what?
It's not relevant to a warrant article where the money is coming from or whether you actually have it. Because the warrant article this warrant article isn't a contractual obligation. This is funding a capital reserve fund. And if you fall short of having the money, you can't fund it, but you don't become delinquent on anything. So it just doesn't get funded and it dies by the wayside. And that's a selectman's issue. There's no anticipated money, there's no money from an auction, there's no money from heaven or your great aunt Alice. It just simply is a warrant article that says, we're going to take unassigned fund balance and fund it for this purpose, and we'll have an open capital reserve fund under such and such statute. That's all you can put in the warrant article. If you don't have the money, you can't fund it. That's a simple, there's nothing more to it than that.
and if you don't have the
And-
money, then you probably didn't estimate your fund balance well.
Well, this is the selectmen's warrant articles. All we can do is recommend it or not. So you
That's it.
take a vote and, if the budget committee all says, we don't recommend this for whatever your reasons are, it's not relevant. It goes on the warrant as, we didn't, 6 of us didn't recommend it, or 4 of us, or 2 of us, or 1 of us. And the other amount of people who did vote for it gets reported. The selectmen are all for it, and the budget committee just gets a tally of how many supported.
In that March meeting, they'll still vote for it.
It'll either say recommended or not recommended by the budget committee.
Well,
That's all there is to it.
as far as the verbiage using the word auction for any of
We'll
these,
take it up.
Those are descriptions, that's why it's under
Well,
description.
no, I
The
understand.
warrant articles, very specific language, and DRA will police that.
Well,
And
that's my-
usually you send it to the town's attorney to.
Yeah, we will.
yeah, if I'm not
So you
mistaken.
gotta, for it to
Sorry.
be legit, you gotta have a certain RSA to go with it, and certain languages have to be in there.
Okay,
But you can't start going on a tangent about the things we're discussing and have it in the actual warrant. It's not allowed.
So where are we going with it, Scott?
so, well, just worried about the verbiage, because if I recall, 2 years ago, Wolfboro got in trouble for passing a warrant article on anticipated funds, which this basically is.
Yeah, but they had a contract. I think, no,
Basically, I just wanna make sure we're doing this
I
right.
don't know the whole story on that one, but you,
They did that warrant article based on, yes, it was unanticipated,
Anticipated funds from the following year, yes.
but
not in,
Sounds like
no,
this.
not anticipate revenue, thank you, sorry, I'm tired.
Anticipated
Fair enough.
revenues.
Anticipated revenue, they based it on anticipated revenue,
I think it
That
was
they
from
didn't
the
get.
year.
not fund balance.
But that doesn't
But
say.
they were counting on those revenues.
Right.
But not through an auction sale or anything like that, but I have no problem striking it, again, it's in the description, it's not part of the warrant article in any of these. So if you're gonna strike it, just strike it, I understand that, but, and I'm pretty sure I'm the one that made the motion to go from 300,000 to 50,000 out of unreserved fund balance, because there's no guarantee that the money's there, several meetings ago.
on next
I thought
Article
you
2.
took it out entirely, but
Are we on the building roof?
What?
Yeah, we're still on
Okay.
number 2.
Scott,
Yes, ma'am.
will you read from, this sum is to come from, read that, and then through no amount to be raised by taxation.
This sum is a
What is the unassigned fund balance? Taxation, right?
like, no, yeah, but no new taxation. I think
Right.
is
But
the-
that's not what that says.
Unassigned fund balance is basically this portion of money on your balance sheet that's left after all your obligations.
From
that's-
taxation.
It can be from taxation or other sources.
I think Vicky's point is.
Oh, income coming in.
It would read clear if it said raised by additional taxation, but I don't think
But
these
that's
warrant
not
articles,
allowed.
I don't think these have ever read this
That's
way.
never been.
This
done.
is, yeah, DRA approves this.
Yeah, I
But
know,
what if there's no amount to be raised by taxation at all? Could you do that?
No,
No?
no, you can't.
no,
This is the
these,
same wording we've been using for years.
yeah,
Right.
DRA approves this.
You have to use raise and appropriate, and the unassigned fund balance is appropriate language. And you can have raised by taxation, or you can state that no taxation's in this one, which is just simply me stating that this year's coming forward, you will not be raising taxes on your property tax for this. The money's already in hand, so we're not going to charge you any more to accomplish this. That's the purpose.
I understand your point, I'm sure,
Because
I'm
you
sure
already
in,
got the money.
in the past, I've questioned the verbiage of this too, but to their point, this comes from, these templates come from DRA.
And plus our lawyer.
What's that?
Plus
And-
our,
plus the lawyer.
legal counsel reviews this also.
Okay. Any further discussion on warrant article number 2?
No?
Alright, then just for the record, municipal building roof repair, 30,000 to come from the unassigned fund balance, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed?
Mike's
And I'm
opposed?
only opposed because we have a building fund for this, so I'm opposed because I don't think we should be opening another account that's restrictive to just this roof. Other than that, I'm all for funding the building fund, with the money, but I just don't like how we're doing it.
Okay, just, for clarity to the budget committee, so there was 2 requests that came from the committee for the warrant articles. One was that we listed the tax impact, the increased tax impact on any warrant article that would raise taxes over last year. And the other was that we didn't just have a yay or nay, we wanted the actual vote count for transparency included in the warrant articles.
So,
Can I ask a procedural question, Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
When did you guys vote to do that?
Yeah.
Cause there are no minutes to reflect that you guys did that in the meeting.
Fair
And
question.
I just reviewed the minutes for the meeting I was absent from, and I don't see it reflected in there, so. From a procedural and transparency thing, when are we doing all these discussions that are impacting the conversations that we've been having in the last couple of weeks?
That's a fair question.
I don't know when or if that got brought up, or if I don't recall having a vote or a
No,
discussion.
we didn't, no, we,
But I almost think that I saw something where that's now expected by the statutes, but I can't swear to that.
I think
Did
if-
see that somewhere?
I think town meeting can say we want it to show a tally vote, and if the town has never decided at town meeting to have a tally vote, then the budget committee can do it voluntarily.
Well, we can do it because it's our budget, so we can say we wanna have a tax impact in there, and then there should be a tax impact in there. So it should be up
Well,
to this
then-
board, I think, and that's a legal question.
so for the record,
I'm for
does
it,
the board support having tax impact information on the warrant articles?
absolutely.
Yeah,
You don't sell it to people and give them a price,
Well, I
you
don't,
know, you
I
go to
don't,
the market.
I don't disagree, and,
So for example, number 10, is that what you're looking at? Item number 10?
I haven't gotten that.
Well,
far.
just,
Oh.
you're talking about tax impact.
Oh, okay,
Right, that, there's no tax impact on this one, so really.
I understand, but we're going to number 10 where there isn't a tax impact and we have a statement in there.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
only
Is
state,
that what you're looking for?
yeah,
Okay.
yep, and it's just, yeah, it's just.
I just wanna
last year.
clarify what
Okay,
the wording you wanna use.
okay, yep, no, that's what we're looking for. Okay, and then to that point is,
so that's highlighted on a lot of these, so is that something new? No,
we did it for one warrant article last year
you did?
for the fire chief. And again, I don't remember that being discussed, but it was done. But it seemed like good practice for transparency, so we're in agreement with that, and then, since we also, so again, for the sake of transparency, does the budget committee want to have the actual vote added on here, not just that we approved or didn't approve of of a particular warrant.
Yeah.
I would
I'd put
like
it
to.
in.
I don't,
It doesn't really matter.
it doesn't matter to me either,
Doesn't
I don't think they're even gonna,
Oh, they may or may not, again, it's just transparency, somebody might wanna know why Mike voted no on this at town meeting, and I think they should have the opportunity to hear that, for transparency's sake.
well, if someone brings it up.
That's,
then
well, that's
maybe-
it,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna bring it
we'll
up
have
if they just
Well, I
show that
guarantee
it
you Mike will
passed.
speak.
And Mike
And
will
there's no
speak.
guarantee that whoever is the vote in this section that's voting yea or nay is even gonna attend town meeting, so people may not get that answer, but they would know that there was some dissent, or there was a very narrow 4-3 vote,
Exactly,
whatever. I mean, I'm all for telling people what's going on, I don't care, if I'm the only one, I don't care.
We got it right here.
Yeah, but I didn't think of that, everybody's at home tuned into this, right?
Yeah, right.
Everybody in town, just like I never miss any of the goings on in town.
Like at the last meeting we had, people were typing in questions and they were pissed off because no one was answering them.
Really?
Yeah,
That's not possible with this setup.
I know.
So
Well, no, wait a minute.
who's typing in questions? There's no way to do that.
Comments on
Well,
YouTube,
There was two people.
This is YouTube. There's no way to type in a question.
they can
Show up for the
put a
meeting.
comment on YouTube, they'll, yeah,
Well, then,
nobody's gonna
I
see
don't know
it.
what it was they were on,
Alright.
but they would type it in. and-
Let's go.
alright, let's keep going so we can get
Well-
through these, I'm sorry,
Rosemary, were they?
thank you for your question.
So we just voted
All
on,
they were.
number 2, Mike explained his no vote, and I realized as he said that, it doesn't say we're creating a fund, and it doesn't say we're putting the money in an existing fund, so what is it?
It would be, the language would be statutorily required to put the capital improvement or whatever category it comes under, like a trust fund or a capital reserve fund. And then it has to state the RSA that establishes the trust fund. It'd be like 31 colon whatever it is, just like the revolving fund that's in here. But that isn't so big for our purposes tonight. It'll be important to put it on the warrant article, that'll need to be there. Just like if we're putting the vote count, it's not there now, it's fine.
Right.
And
It'll be
the
on there
tax
later.
impact of anything taxed, that'll come later, we can clean that up.
So you would support it if it said it was going into the existing fund?
Yeah, if it was going into the existing buildings fund, because it's more liquid than,
Right,
never
but
take
you
your
can't-
options away.
But based on this, you don't know how to vote.
Well, it says it's a building roof repair fund, and I think it was going into,
It doesn't say.
okay, well, there again, it was before, it was stated here that it was a new fund gonna be established. So on that premise, I'm voting no, because of past discussions.
Chief?
It doesn't have to go into a fund necessarily, a warrant article can stand on its own, that's how the fire chief was done last year, that's how engine two's refurbishment was done. The repeater we did, none of those went into any kind of fund or operating budget, they were a warrant article that stood on their own. They go under I think it's 5,000 other warrants.
Yes.
And it's effectively its own operating budget at that point with a pot of money, and that does roll over year to year. But it can only be used for obviously the specific purpose.
But a special warrant
Thank you.
has it expires. So you get 2 years. So if you have a special warrant, then it dies in 2 years and you can't use the money. If you're gonna establish another capital fund, you'll have to state that in what it is. And again, you guys have the money, once you have the money as selectmen, you're agents to expend. So, I don't, it's just.
Well, you made your vote, so let's just move on.
Alright, yeah, we can move on. Alright, number 3, establish and fund municipal and public safety building project capital reserve fund, there's no acronym in that one. So this is what we voted on last week, 50,000 from the unassigned fund balance.
Did we?
We did, well, we agreed to it as,
We did vote.
If you're
That's-
referring to that $50,000, that's accounted in the operating budget on this sheet.
This $50,000 was the motion that I made
I-
2 Tuesdays ago when we said we didn't have the three, there's no guarantee that $300,000 plus dollars is gonna be in there, so I made a motion right here. It passed 2-1 to decrease that to $50,000.
I don't remember it that way.
Yeah, I don't remember us voting on this, because
So,
the problem I would have with this is, again, you're taking your options away, you're gonna put money aside, and we don't even have a vote from the people on a bond to build a building. So it seems like if next year you're presenting a bond, why don't you keep your liquid assets available, and then put this in following the vote of a bond, and then allocate whatever money or monies that may be greater than this at that time. This is another one that seems cart before horse.
so, trying to find it in the meeting minutes here, but last week when we met and we had the select board agree to use 50,000 from the unassigned fund balance to offset the operating budget. It was also brought up to put $50,000
Back into.
into what was originally a $300,000 trust, reserve fund for the municipal and public safety buildings, and we discussed how that money would probably be used for architects and engineers.
Okay.
Do I recall that correctly?
We didn't
Yes.
vote on it, though.
No, it was just a
Okay.
discussion. We didn't, there was no vote, we just had that discussion when we were looking how to get the operating budget down. Yes, Chris?
Not to muddy this anymore, I didn't say the budget committee voted, I said the board of selectmen voted at our last
Yes.
joint meeting, which was not last week, it was the week before that. So if you guys approved minutes last week that didn't show the joint meeting and that vote, then you guys shouldn't approve those minutes. I wasn't
There were
present for that, so.
There were two different things. I thought I heard we voted on the 50,000, and then and what's in the minutes that we approved is Selectman Siemens made a motion to remove the 300,000 from, proposed for the ETF. Seconded by Selectman Wissenbach, and then it was a 2-1 vote. It was, the 50,000 was new to me last week, but I guess, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No, it's in front of you now, so yeah, we approved $50,000 as a selectman to move forward with establishing this fund.
And as a budget committee, we did discuss it, we didn't vote on it,
No,
but
we didn't vote
we
on
did discuss it as part of,
So tonight,
yep, so,
just,
And
make
again-
sure everybody understands, the warrant article still goes on to,
yeah.
Still goes out there.
And again, all this auction verbiage is gonna be removed, right? This has it as well in the description.
Well, oh my god. It's a totally different purpose than what came up last week.
Explain?
It's establishing a fund.
For the purpose of prep sites, construct, renovate, and equip municipal buildings and parking lots? That's not architects or general contractors.
I'm not in favor of buying furniture and stuff. This is for a building.
Okay, well, to Leo's point, it is a warrant article that the select board voted on, the verbiage isn't what was part of our discussion.
we just got this in there too.
Last week, so we can just vote no, and they voted yes, and the town can decide.
We'll probably update, that. Well, we will update that,
Update the verbiage?
yes.
Isn't this supposed to be the final?
Well, we don't really get to change these, we just get to let our feelings be known.
Yeah,
And then,
it's not like an operating budget.
at the public hearing, it's the same language.
Well, Leo just said they were gonna update it,
Well, that's what I'm questioning.
okay, but we
If you,
also,
if we vote on it and then you change it,
Right,
that might change our recommendation. We're recommending, like,
It should be architect,
Can the board vote to change it now and then the budget committee?
it's not a joint meeting.
not a joint meeting.
Oh, okay,
This,
sorry.
this is supposed to be done, and now we're just looking at it and trying to read it and vote on it at the same time. I don't like it.
This has been a problem for me all year because none of the numbers that I've seen have been accurate coming out of the office for things. The budget, these things, warrants
I
keep
think
evolving, they're
everybody's
not.
rushing is what it is.
Exactly.
Oh, we're gonna-
Everything is just changing and moving all the time. It's not, you guys haven't put enough time in it, got it started.
Well,
Yes, Mike.
hopefully we're gonna address some of that when we go through our, update our procedures, guideline.
So basically, we're gonna probably update it to, architect, project engineer. So,
I can't vote on warrant language that's not in front of me.
There's an RSA stated in that, so what does that RSA say?
oh, that's right too, I
That
didn't see that.
RSA states that language that's there.
Yep.
To Mike's point earlier about there has to be an RSA that goes along with
Good
your
point.
establishing.
Okay.
article. So that language goes with that RSA.
Well,
Combining
okay.
chairs with it, it's, cause last year, town meeting, sorry, Mr. Chairman,
No, you're fine, I'd like
last
to,
year at town meeting, on the floor, our professional services line item on the operating budget got increased by $25,000 for professional services for architects and drawings and things for the municipal building. In lieu of that happening again, this was the mindset behind this right here, was to have this fund established following the RSA, cause you have to have an RSA, establish a fund, and that would give us a place to pay for these professional services, because we know there's gonna be architectural costs and drawing costs, and we have, the building committee has a final absolute plan, and where there was a vote and everything else, so.
Thank you, Chris.
thank you.
So I guess I'd like to see the language, like Lynn is saying, I'd like to see the language for the RSO before I vote on it, because we've got renovations in here, but my understanding is just for new buildings, or new building, yeah, one or more. I'm confused by it, so. Without seeing language from the RSA.
And so, construct, renovate, and.
Alright, excuse me for a minute, please. Go ahead,
The RSA
Rosemary.
says it authorizes New Hampshire towns, school districts, counties, village districts to establish capital reserve funds for financing reconstruction, renovation, or purchase of major equipment for facilities. These funds are approved by local legislative bodies to save for specific long-term capital projects. Key details include purpose. Funds are designed for specific future capital improvement or to purchase equipment. Authorization of the legislative body must vote to establish the fund. Application applies to towns, school districts, counties, and village districts. Administration, the funds are subject to specific regulations under chapter 35. Related provisions allows for the establishment of non-capital reserve funds for similar purposes. This statute is part of the New Hampshire laws regulating municipal financial management.
That was kind of a summary. The actual RSA uses three terms: construction, reconstruction, or acquisition.
It's just the RSA about creating capital reserve funds. It's not specific to anything.
Alright,
I'm gonna wanna.
Well, this is-
Myself, so.
this is the way the warrant article is written, it's based on this particular RSA, it's different than our understanding from the last meeting.
But, you know, we're just providing you what the money's purpose is gonna be used for.
Engineers and architects. So, that being said. Actually, I don't even need motions on these, right, just need votes.
Yeah, it's vote to recommend.
Yep, okay, so, thank you, Mike, so. Make a motion to vote to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 3. Do I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor? Cool.
Alright,
Aye.
I'll also be an aye.
Alright. And, all opposed?
Opposed?
Nay.
Alright, thank you.
Where'd you come down on
What's
that,
your
Mr.
vote?
Chairman?
I'm sorry, that was inconsiderate, also no, because it's different from what we had talked about, and I was opposed to that purpose when it was $300,000.
So is a tie a denial like in land use?
That just is what it is.
It's just so
Doesn't make a
it's just so the town knows how we felt about it, that's all.
That's it.
Good thing we're gonna have a tally, cause otherwise we'd need to figure that out.
No, our invisible, member here just would have been the tiebreaker.
Alright, number 4. A revolving fund for the fire department. To be funded with the start of $1. So since I wasn't familiar with the RSA, I obviously looked it up and printed it out and shared it with everybody. And I actually have a couple of more questions on this for one of the chiefs, since both your articles read the same. What do you foresee requesting the select board to spend money on that's outside your existing operating budget?
Funding additional purposes, or purchases rather. Again, reducing potential use of the trust funds and potentially reducing what we have to put into the trust fund at town meeting every year, depending on the revenues that are coming in.
Well, that's if the money's not spent, but the part of the warrant is to reserve the right to ask the select board to expend. So if you expend this year, then you don't have that money for next year,
But it rolls over year to year.
If I may,
but not if you spend it.
Right.
So I'm asking, what do you anticipate needing the select board to approve for expenditures that's not already in your operating budget?
if I may,
Yes, please.
as our police and safety gear trust fund that we have. It's for, outfitting new officers, our vests are, $1,000 a piece plus, that always comes out of that trust fund. If we're bringing in enough revenue to not have to, utilize and fund the trust funds every year like we are, and then reducing the impact that's coming out of the unassigned fund balance, that's what that would be used for. Again, we can't predict, like we talked about last week, we can't predict what revenue we're gonna bring in.
It's not about what you bring in, it's the verbiage in the warrant articles that suggests that you may go to the select board at any given time during this year and ask to spend some of that money that you take in.
But it says such funds may be expended only for the purpose for which the fund was created.
Right, but my question is, what outside of your current operating budget do you anticipate spending money on that we need this verbiage in here?
Major equipment repairs, vehicle acquisition, it may be able to offset vehicle acquisition. Storm related payroll, I just put people on for the last storm, that's not part of my normal operating budget, this fund could cover that above and beyond my operating budget. If equipment breaks or we need to fund new equipment, part of that can come out of this fund, and it's representing money that our department has
Encumbered.
brought in. We've raised-
No, I understand that, yep, I understand that, I'm struggling with, basically, this sets up the potential for the department to spend additional funds that you bring in towards your operating budget. It takes away those funds that normally would have went to the unassigned fund balance to help offset taxation.
No,
I completely disagree with what you said.
no, you're totally incorrect.
Alright, then, so any fees or permits that those departments would bring in would not go into the unassigned fund balance normally?
That's not the way I heard, I see what you're saying now, but that's not,
They didn't say that initially.
Yeah, the way.
Alright, well, no, that's fine,
We're trying to backdoor something, that's not at all what we're trying to do.
I'm just looking for clarity, gentlemen.
And the way I understood the language that was being put in was it was required to be stated for all of any and all of those purposes because it is a revolving fund. It's not a specific fund. It's money that's coming in that can be used for multiple purposes. You know, if we stated just one singular thing, all of that money that, you know, the department brings in is now stuck in that revolving fund to be used for a single purpose. That now can be used as a multitude. It could be major vehicle repairs, which we had this year. Luckily enough for me, I was able to do it within my operating budget. But if we have a major malfunction with the hybrid system in the hybrid cruiser that we have, I can tell you right now that it's gonna overexpend my vehicle maintenance line. That money then can be used out of that fund to help offset or in totality fix that. You know, and it also could be, you know, if we have a weapon malfunction or anything like that, I don't have an item in my operating budget to buy, you know, to buy firearms, you know. Firearms are getting expensive, ammo's getting expensive, it's a multitude of different things, I don't have any plans for this at all whatsoever. It's just, it's something that we can use in case of emergency basically. And then to help offset now what are being our trust funds.
And again, potentially, depending on what's coming into that fund each year, you know, that's potential revisions to our operating budget. We might be able to lower the operating budget if there's this pile of money that's sitting there for these types of emergencies to operate our department. Maybe we don't need to ask for as much in vehicle maintenance every year because we have the backup of this fund.
Well, that part I understand.
And it's gonna be a better way to track what revenue, like, you know, in our
And-
case, the details are coming,
Well, that part I agree with as well.
you know, cause like, sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Mike, can you hold on a second?
That was a good point.
that's what I was gonna say right there.
It's a
The
way
tracking,
better
the
tracking.
housekeeping, and the budget versus actual, when you get to that, and you see in the last page, the one you guys get, that we get, it's the budget versus actual, and it showed it was overspent, because it has the 5,000s, the 7,000s, the grants and all that stuff in it. That's not our actual, that's not our, what was approved, what we spent, and what was approved last year. So, I mean, that is a huge pie right there that gets, you know, for auditing purposes, it gets cleaned up as well.
And I agree, and I see the value in using it as tracking for what revenues come in.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've actually already voted on this.
On what?
On,
We voted on $1, we're just voting on the verbiage of the warrant articles right now. I mean, again, I hadn't read the RSA when we voted on the dollar. I mean, this is just me personally, and I know you provided some additional information, I just wanna make sure I am comfortable with it.
Can I just bring something up though, that kind of like, it says establish and fund a fire department revolving fund. Right?
Mhm.
But where does it say anything about,
We have
The
we have a
police-
warrant article.
huh?
There's another
Next
warrant
one.
article for us.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
Same exact
Number
wording, it
five.
just changes.
Oh, okay, alright,
Yeah.
So,
sorry. Okay,
one of the things is, you could run up to expending your entire budget, and you don't wanna go over, especially
Okay.
if you have this money, you could utilize it, but you still need the permission of the select board to spend it, so any expenditure, there's checks and balances to be approved, so you have to sell your case to the board and get approved. And it covers,
Unlimited access.
yeah, right, exactly. So it covers just a multitude of things that you could bring in. It cleans up the accounting, and it also finds a way, I think, for these gentlemen to come forward and say, look, this is a little left of center as far as going to the town and funding all this stuff. But we've amassed X amount of money, and there's something that we could use and maybe to offset the expense in asking the town for whatever latest gadget in our industry is, we can apply some money to part or all of it, and it might be more palatable. And it also shows through that accounting, which is cleaned up, where that money's come from, and I think it helps the average person that doesn't get involved with all this, be able to support some of that for those departments.
Tyler?
The way,
Sorry, excuse me, Jim.
Sorry, Jim.
the way I look at it is I'd rather have a detail vendor spend $1,000 for a vest than the taxpayers.
Okay, yes, sir.
And the way that a better way to, I guess, help explain this is, if, say we already have this revolving fund set up, and say we had a sum of money in there. Perfect example is the dispatch software this year. What that original cost was, $18,000. If we already had that money in that revolving fund, we could have utilized that from income that we brought in to help offset the cost, rather than have to go to the taxpayers and be like, hey, this is changing, and we have to remain in access to this. Now our expense in the town's tax rate has to go up. We're not in this case because it's coming out of the unassigned fund balance. But if we already had that money available to us, we could then utilize it for that purpose. That's the way, and I would plan to utilize that fund, is for things like that. We didn't know about this until this fall. I was already done submitting budget stuff when I found out that the county was changing software, and it's like, oh, hey, by the way, plan ahead for next year. So it kind of changed how we were doing everything.
I know, Leo, but I wanna make sure everybody's questions are answered.
I'm
Hold on,
set.
excuse me, you all set, Vicky?
Yeah.
To the point I was making, you're kind of saying the same thing, it's a justification too for the taxpayer. Because as we're going through some of this and we're saying, hey, this is coming from an auction, or it's from another revenue, and Vicky's looking for revenue sources, where's the money coming from?
I don't need to.
This would help these guys justify a purchase that could stand alone and not be something that they see every year in their budget, so. And I think just the cleaning up our books is just huge to me on its face.
Did anybody else have any other questions?
I think you killed it. It's been killed to death.
Yep.
You think I might support this one?
We killed it, we busted it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I heard his speech a couple times.
Alright,
Okay.
then I will make a motion to support and not support warrant article number 4, establish a fund for the fire department revolving fund.
Aye.
Aye.
Is that an aye or a second?
I second that.
Oh,
So we don't need a
sorry.
second.
I didn't hear
I was
you.
listening to you, see you later,
Just
got me in
a
trouble.
I know,
Alright,
we're all tired.
Give us the all in favor.
ready?
So all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, just for the record, I am gonna be opposed. I understand everything you gentlemen are saying. I have a problem with expending it through the select board.
I'm a nay.
I'm sorry, that's 2 nays.
And I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. I think we need to master the finance tools and processes that we have before we add something new. And if we wanna track revenue, that's not that hard to do outside of a fund.
Alright, number 5, revolving fund for the police,
Same thing.
same thing, same,
They vote?
so I don't think I think we covered everything, so make a
Yeah.
make a motion to approve or support and not support, sorry, I keep losing that phrase.
Recommend?
Recommend or not recommend, warrant article number 5. And since we beat it to death already, all in, for the record, second, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed,
Nay.
Cody doesn't get a vote. I'm also gonna be nay. Number 6, fund for safety dispatch software, this is coming from the unassigned fund balance, right? Yep.
Mhm.
No tax required. Alright, so I'll make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 6 to establish a fund for the public safety dispatch software. for $5,600 to come from the unassigned fund balance.
Second.
Second by Leo. Any further discussion on this? Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 8. Nope, number 7. I haven't watched Sesame Street in a long time. Establish and fund fire department scuba gear. This is your breathing apparatus, right?
Yes.
There it is. This is for $20,000 and is also coming from the unassigned fund balance.
Read a motion.
I'm working on it. Alright, so I'll make, so I'll make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 7.
Second.
Thank you, Leo. Any questions? Are we good? Silence speaks volumes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright, cooking with fire.
This is worse than town meeting.
Can't rush the process. Now we're at number 8. Fire truck, fire equipment capital reserve fund. Raise $2,000 to be added to the fund and not to be raised from taxation. This is coming from the Parsons Fields money.
We'll take whatever we can get.
So I will make, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, so I know we like changed the purpose of the fund last year, and now we kinda have like 2 funds that are kind of for the same thing. Number 8 and number 9 both seem to have the same title of the same fund. Do we know how to tell them apart these days? They're also both referring to the 1963 fund,
Which numbers you looking at?
8 and 9.
Those are the same fund. 8 is the money from Parsons Field, 9 is the appropriation from the town.
Okay. 2 different
Number
amounts
10
of
is
money,
other fund.
okay,
You good?
good enough.
Alright, then I will make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 8, fire truck and fire truck equipment capital reserve fund for $2,000. No amount to be raised from taxation.
Second.
Thank you. Any further questions? Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9. Fire truck and fire equipment capital reserve fund. This is 10,000 to come from taxation. And there is no additional tax impact. Because we do this every year. So I'll make a motion,
Sorry.
to recommend and not recommend warrant article number 9 for the fire truck and fire truck equipment capital reserve fund, $10,000 to come from taxation.
I'll second that.
I'm just waiting for Leo. Second by Jim. Any questions? We're good? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose based on it being raised from taxation when there's a lot of revenue, unassigned revenue available, so that's my thing.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, 10, fire department equipment expendable trust fund. $20,000. Coming from taxation.
Are we, sorry, kinda interjecting. Since we worked so much on figuring out the like total unassigned fund balance number that we were recommending, is that gonna get recalculated at the end? Cause I don't think we had, like, that 2,000 we just voted on wasn't part of that.
The, from number 8,
Yeah,
traditional, no, well,
Yes, it was.
yeah, it was. I have to look at the sheet.
it's not on the sheet, so,
Hold on.
Isn't the purpose of number 8 to avoid the funds from going into the unassigned fund balance? And just directly into the capital reserve?
You have to take it from the unassigned fund balance to put it into the capital reserve.
Yes. That's what I did.
Yeah, 491501, capital reserve funds.
oh,
Carsonville
it's not-
Mutual Aid.
Okay, I'm sorry,
No, it's okay.
we focused so much on that 4901 that,
Yep,
Just make a notation on this that we're gonna have to add, the estimated tax increase on that, number 9. She did it on the rest, but she didn't do it on that one. So I'll talk to Caitlin about it.
No,
no, is it, no,
Wait,
I was already established.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're good.
Okay.
No, we
Hey, Chris,
just, we
get a
just,
long night.
I agree. Nope, that's the same 10,000 as last year.
Well, still, it's not whether it's the same as last year, it comes with the price tag.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
That should, if it's being raised from taxation,
It's in the $15.39.
you can explain that to everybody that it's all, every year for the past 100 years it's been done, but you should have the tax impact on it because
Well-
it's being raised from taxation. That's what we agreed.
Well, I think we mixed our numbers up here, so we're talking about number 10, and the tax impact is included on number 10 at 2 cents per thousand.
Right, but number 9 should also show on the warrant. And right now, number 10, I don't believe that's the correct amount, I don't believe it's
If that's
2 cents,
so,
I
why
believe
is it
it's just
8?
over 5 cents.
Really?
No,
No.
it's only,
Go ahead, Chris.
so first of all, you guys have already motioned, so to move things along. Cause I really am tired, I've had 4 hours of sleep since Saturday night, that's what tired is. We're on 10, and it's a $7,000 increase over what we did last year, so that's why it's only 2 cents, Mike.
But
13,000.
that's totally misleading though. The warrant article is for $20,000 raised from taxation, that's 5 cents on the tax, that's what it's the actual tax.
if you pass it, that's the impact, and if you
Right,
don't,
right. It's
that's the
not
impact you
about
don't
any
have.
funny fuzzy math you wanna equate to last year
I get
or
3
5
cents,
years
but
ago.
either way.
Well, 392 into 20,
He's doing the total budget, not the difference of what we.
I know
passed
what he's
last year,
going
which is
with.
already calculated
I'm
into the
not-
current tax rate.
I'm not doing the entire budget, I'm doing the tax.
No, the
What
entire
$20,000 equals on my tax bill is 5 cents, 5.1 cents.
But this is a increase, not overall tax impact.
Is that the way that it really should be worded?
It should be worded by each individual warrant
Tax
article
impact.
has a, if you go into the register at Home Depot or whatever, and you just bought something, and you bought something else, they all ring up. And then at the end of the day, you can look at them and go, oh golly gee, I probably didn't need that extra hammer.
So this, I've been involved with the politics here in town for the last 15+ years and prior to that too, and some of you guys were selectmen and stuff, and I never seen this on the warrant articles, tax impact.
Right,
And it's up to the selectmen to describe what they're requiring. So take the vote, please.
alright,
Are you the chairman of this now?
I'm just,
if we're gonna put the
I think
tax
the
in,
chairman needs to say whether someone can talk or not just abruptly start talking. He needs to have control of this
Well,
meeting.
like I said,
Thank you.
I would prefer this be an open forum as long as people aren't talking over each other.
Well,
but-
they are, so,
I understand your point, Mike, but this does say increase, not total tax impact, so I don't feel like that's misleading.
Maybe it's supposed to say impact.
It should be, my opinion, and if we're going to put things on a warrant article, it should show what the money in this warrant article is the impact on your taxation. Anything else is not, it's just phony numbers.
Can I ask a question?
I'm with you.
Mike, are you suggesting then that every one of these warrant articles, whether we've had them in the past or not, should have a tax, the ones that are coming from taxation,
Right.
should have a tax impact next year?
Well, if that's what we took a vote on earlier, which I thought we did, then yes, because if that's what
On every
the
single-
committee's asking for. And that can be asked for, and maybe that's a statutory question to find out if the budget committee is the one that asserts that that goes on. And if it does have a tax impact, every item for that amount would be what it would reflect in your taxes. You can't mishmash the numbers and come up with something that's misleading.
So you're
It has to
saying,
be
and at
accurate.
the end then, if you add up all of the tax impact,
Right,
okay, whether it be 2 cents, 3 cents, whatever it is,
sure.
so then at the end, after all of these, would that then total the total tax? It would,
No,
right?
it would
Which got all the other budgets.
It would total the tax impact of the warrant
Of the warrant.
articles. That's all it would do. And if somebody says, well, you know, the road is the $250,000 that we've been allocating regardless of impact for the last 10 years, then that's easily stated. It's something we fund every year, so it is what you saw last year, so you're not really going to see a change, you know, in your taxes from that. But what are the individual items costing individually? And I think the only way that people will understand what that really means for that item is what the effect is. If they add up all these nickels and come out and say, it's a quarter, you know, 25 cents on my taxes and I don't care. Or you add them all together and they say, that's not that much, and that's fine, it's everybody's prerogative to know what they're buying.
I just wasn't sure if you were saying for like all of them or just the ones that are increased.
Yeah, tax increase.
Well, again, the word increase is in there, so it's clear, that's an increase over what you were paying. I mean, what would we say, the operating budget tax impact?
I don't know what I was paying last year. And quite frankly, the road for 250 had a different tax impact last year than it does this year.
No,
I think we need to be careful with this concept. Because I just looked up the RSA,
Yeah.
and it is right after the one about tallying, which is something that I had mentioned to Scott, separately. Printing the tallies, the budget committee can voluntarily say, we want our vote tallied
Right,
on there.
taxation maybe
The
not.
tax impact looks like a town may vote to require that the annual budget and all special warrant articles having a tax impact
Right.
have a notation with the estimated tax impact, which reads to me that like it would be like a town meeting thing to say, going forward, we want to see what the tax impact on special warrant articles is going to be.
It doesn't preclude somebody from putting it on the warrant. That might be the selectmen to decide that though, not
Yeah,
the budget committee.
that could be. I mean, it's specifically with the tallying thing, specifically says even if it hasn't been decided at town meeting, we wanna see the tally, the budget committee can say, we wanna put the tally on there anyway. It doesn't have that same language in the next paragraph.
Well, that's where you
tax
have to
impact.
look these up. I certainly wouldn't put that there's a 2% increase when it's 5.
alright, then,
Would not be a
hold
good thing
on,
to do.
chief, please.
Just my own opinion on it, but I feel like whether it says the word increase or impact, if that number says 5 cents, I'm gonna assume at town meeting or when I'm reading the warrant that my taxes are going up 5 cents, and that's maybe misleading is not the right word, but I'm gonna expect that it's a lot worse than it really is. That's just my opinion. I would read that and think that if that says 5 cents a thousand, my taxes are going up 5 cents a thousand from what I've paid in the past.
Then we should just decide that there should be no reference to taxation unless it's mandated by the statute. And that's, you know,
Then why,
Leo doesn't wanna put it on its own.
then why don't we leave it at the discretion?
I didn't ask to put this.
No, this was a request from the budget committee, why don't we just leave it at the discretion of the select board then at this point? Oh, is that cool?
I'm cool with that.
So we can keep this going, as far as the tax impact, we'll just leave that at the discretion of the select board.
You're gonna see the final tax at the end anyhow, what the tax increase on the total,
I know,
everything.
I would agree with that.
alright, everybody good with that for
Yeah.
now, so we can keep this going, thank you. I appreciate your input, and you looking up RSA's. Alright, so back to number 10. I make a motion for recommend or don't recommend, fire equipment expendable trust fund for
Second.
$20,000, thank you. To be raised from taxation,
Second.
Leo beat you to it, all in favor,
Oh, you did? Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
any opposed?
I oppose any taxation, raising taxes, so I'm against it.
But you have representation.
Okay, come on.
Alright, number 11. So the operating budget. Which we all voted on. So operating budget of 2,514,427. With 2,464,427 coming from taxation. And 50,000 coming out of the unassigned fund balance, which is what we discussed last week. And you have the estimated tax increase there for just the budget difference.
Need a second?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
So I make a motion to approve, to recommend and not recommend. Line 11, which is the operating budget.
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
I'm
I meant to
sorry,
say
I'm an
aye.
aye.
Everybody but Mike? Okay,
I mean,
I'm
it's the
sorry.
first time I've seen the full number. So, I hope it's right.
Okay. I think we'd seen it before that, but,
Well, we're making changes last week.
yeah, I know. Number 12, Pine River Road. So,
Oh, Jesus.
appropriate $520,000 for Pine River Road. $250 is to come from taxation. $270,000 is to come from the unassigned fund balance. So I will make a motion,
Didn't you increase that to 282,800?
it got changed by the select board.
That was an error when we did it last week.
Sorry, I just found out about that tonight. Leo, do you wanna explain quickly?
That was like $500 off. We made the error.
Well,
So yeah, we applied the unassigned fund balance
no, I
difference.
could, all I heard was $500 off.
Oh,
Yeah,
So we
yeah, it's a,
Mr. Chairman, did you get a second to your motion?
not yet.
second. Discussions now.
Further discussion?
Yes, could somebody please explain what happened from the numbers to today's numbers?
Chris, would you please explain?
So once again, you can approve or not approve supporting this article, this warrant article. The tax impact, without getting into what it meant with last year's calculation and this year's, $250,000 is already figured into the current tax rate. Any move to decrease that, even though would be a one-time shot potentially, by taking money from the unreserved fund balance, as you guys, decided last week. The fact of the matter is, stuff is getting more and more expensive. The master plan, the capital improvement plan actually made a recommendation that $250,000 tax impact number for road reconstruction, that's been going on for at least 10 years, should go up to $300,000. So any move to go backwards, the $250 is already figured into the tax rate. I don't think it should be decreased. Taking $270 from unreserved fund balance, so. And
Okay,
Keep going, I was just looking to see if she had more questions.
well, my question, didn't we increase the amount that was gonna go from unassigned fund balance last week?
no, you decreased the taxation number,
Yes,
how much was gonna be raised by taxation.
and I misunderstood you. I mean, basically, yeah, you decrease it to 237, 200.
237.
So
I thought
the money,
we-
so the money that didn't go to the software?
Yeah.
There was, I think, 12,600 left over, 12,800.
12,800.
And then we had recommended applying it to Pine River Road.
Right.
Which was agreed upon, and now the select board's unagreed upon it. Well, I'm sorry,
Reduced it back to 270?
So the way it was presented to me tonight, was the decision that you guys made last week, was to take the sum of $237,200 is to come from taxation. And the sum of $282,800 is to come from unreserved fund balance.
Both of those numbers are on my sheet. In a
I'll
couple
give that the actual vote
places,
sheet.
so, or almost those numbers.
Right, so,
But,
So you added,
yeah, we increased the overall, or we tried to keep it the same.
right, but by taking that money and adding it to the amount that we would be using from unreserved fund balance, that decreases, because the number's 570. So to take that to 282, you take that from 570, that leaves you 237, 200. And I just said that that's a slippery slope, we shouldn't be going backwards on what we've come accustomed to paying, because the 250 has been figured into the tax rate for at least 10 years to go towards road reconstruction projects. If we start going backwards next year, it'll be back up to 250 or maybe even more, maybe, that's a maybe, but
Okay,
does that make sense?
do you understand?
not really, not at all, no, but, I mean, I guess we'll find out at the end what we're actually recommending.
Well, we're actually, because this change was made, we're gonna have to revisit that budget one more time and get it back to where it was.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, somewhat.
It'll never end this.
What's that?
I said it'll never be ended.
We're back where we started
I
with
was
this
gonna
one.
say
Exactly.
changing
Exactly,
at the end, too much.
alright. Back to number 12, Pine River Road. 520 for the work. 250 to come from taxation, 270 to come from the unassigned fund balance. So I made a motion for our approval or recommendation, not recommendation, Leo seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed,
Mr. Chairman, may I just, sorry, I should have brought this up.
Yes, sir.
Just for clarity, because I wasn't here last week, if you want, if you don't, we'll move on with the, OSFI's contribution to
I
this
was
project.
just gonna bring that up.
To the end of Pine River Road, Ospey, talking to the select board, Ospey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He'll bring it up.
If you want. I don't know if you were satisfied with the response you got last week or not, or,
He has more details if you want.
Oh, not right now, but thank you.
okay?
I mean, I think everybody
Yeah.
on the budget committee was satisfied with the explanation we got last week.
What was the explanation you got last week? Cause you had a question already about, you struck it from the minutes.
Because the verbiage was wrong, not the actual,
Yeah,
what
the
was gonna
19K.
happen. So just the verbiage in the minutes was wrong, not what was actually gonna happen as far as Ospey contributing to the project.
So that's it? OSFI's gonna contribute to the project?
Correct.
It struck the dollar amount.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Fine.
Like, we're-
Whether you guys are okay with that,
We're-
that OSFI's gonna contribute.
We're okay without further.
Is that not true?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Did you broker that? Did you broker that?
No,
Okay.
Good answer.
Alright, 13, police cruiser and police cruiser equipment capital reserve fund. Raise
I don't have any for the-
20,000 for the reserve fund, the money's to come from taxation.
This is- budget committee.
So I'll make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article 13 for the police cruiser and police cruiser equipment capital reserve fund.
Second.
Second by Leo. Any questions?
So we are increasing it from 15 to 20, so we have a $5,000 tax impact.
Yeah, we voted on the 20.
Great. I just
Okay, yeah.
stating it.
Oh, sorry, now I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
Alright. You wanna jump the gun? And the list goes on. Alright, number 14, police safety protective gear expendable trust fund. This is for $2,000, this is to come from taxation. Make a motion to recommend and not recommend warrant article number 14 for $2,000 to come from taxation.
Second.
Second by Leo. Any discussion?
No.
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
I'm really gonna take Cody's name off this list. Number 15, transfer station. Recycling center capital reserve fund, we have a lot of funds. $2,000, do you come from taxation? Make a motion to recommend and not recommend warrant article number 15 for the transfer station recycling center capital reserve fund.
Second.
Second by Leo, any questions or discussion?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
Aye.
Alright, 16. Actually, that one doesn't really
No, this is trustees,
require us, right?
right, updating the language.
Seventeen. Sorry, I just wanna finish reading through that one. Alright, 17, municipal building expendable trust fund. I'll make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 17, municipal building expendable trust fund. For the sum of $10,000 to be raised from taxation.
Second.
Second by Leo. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I oppose the taxation.
Alright, warrant article number 18, I'm just gonna jump to the beginning. Make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article number 18. Town hall repair and rehabilitation expendable trust fund.
Yes.
We just did 17, Vicky, we skipped 16 because there was no dollar amount. It was just a
Oh,
verbiage,
geez.
it was just a verbiage
Okay,
change.
there. I saw municipal, it's like, where the hell am I? I thought this was part of that, never mind,
This
this,
is just,
yeah, okay.
Anyway, recommend, not recommend 18, town hall repair and rehabilitation, $10,000 from taxation.
second.
Questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
That's an eye for me too, I didn't speak up.
Thank you. 19, computer. Alright, I'll make a motion to recommend or not recommend warrant article 19, computer network expendable trust fund. For $10,000 to come from taxation. Leo, second.
Second.
Questions, discussions? Sorry, I haven't been looking out there enough. I hope nobody's been raising their hand. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
Number 20, make a motion to recommend or not recommend the bridge maintenance expendable trust fund, raise $2,000 from taxation. Have a second?
Yep, second.
Thank you. Questions, discussions? All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
we know you're opposed to taxation.
I oppose the taxation, Jim.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Stick it to the
Wish there
man.
was more of us. Doesn't mean I don't support the purposes we have.
Well, it's not the way it's coming across.
Alright, I'll make a motion to support or not support warrant article 21, emergency management generator replacement expendable trust fund. For $1,000 to come from taxation.
Second.
Second by Leo. This one's actually reduced from previous years, cause we're in pretty good shape, correct, chief?
Sorry, yes, that's correct.
But you're the only chief in the room right
I
now.
was shaking my head, so. Figured you hear the rattle, but
Questions, discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Opposed?
Oppose the taxation.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
There you go.
I like that. We can monetize it and, we'll start our own trust fund for the budget committee.
Twenty-three is just language, trust fund, trustees.
Yep.
I don't think we have to vote on 23 or 24.
Right.
Still gotta
About
do 22.
Yep, just 22. So I make a motion to approve, to recommend or not recommend warrant article 22, invasive aquatic plant non-capital reserve fund for the sum of $1,000 to be added to the invasive,
Second.
to the invasive fund from taxation, second by Leo. Questions, discussions? Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Close the taxation.
Alright. That's it for those.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright, I'll leave it up to the budget committee. Did you guys wanna go through the process instructions tonight with recommended updates? Or you wanna table it for another meeting?
I'd rather step on a hot burning nail.
Yeah, at this point, maybe they should be up to the next budget committee,
What's that?
at this point of the year.
Well, that's actually one of the recommendations I had. It doesn't make sense it makes more sense to me to do this at the end of the year, after we've gone through the process, than the beginning of the year when we haven't started the process and potentially with 2 to 3 new members.
Yeah,
But if you wanna table it for a future meeting, cause people have done a lot of snow removal, we can table it.
Oh, let's do it now.
I got one, let's do it now. I have 2, let's do it now. Mike's already, Mike's already zipped up. Chris doesn't have to stay, Chris doesn't have to stay for this.
Neither do I.
Snow removal to do.
I'll interpret this as a form of taxation.
well,
Alright,
we'll have a meeting after the public hearing to do that form, right?
we will. We'll table it for later. Just, so next is the public meeting. All I'd recommend is if you haven't taken notes, maybe go through meeting minutes or watch exciting videos of budget committee meetings. So if there are questions from the public, we can address them accordingly. Yes, sir.
Just, would you be able to refresh my memory on the public hearing as to what the forum is?
We go through the operating budget. Line, department by department, tell them what the total is and field any questions. Is that correct? I'm a little fuzzy myself.
That's
We don't
correct.
do warrant articles, just the operating budget, right?
No, you do the warrant.
What's that?
You do the warrant.
Oh, we do the warrants too? Okay, I couldn't remember from last year, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going through everything again.
I just wanted to be prepared if need be.
Pack a lunch.
Thank you.
That was my question. I believe we don't pack a lunch, the chairman buys pizza for the committee?
Let me see if there's room in the fund.
Maybe that's a throwback from days, okay.
Alright, well,
Yeah, look into that.
we better start selling some t-shirts early,
It comes,
What's the week?
wait a
so we
minute,
can fund it.
That's
It co-
the
it comes out of
the
taxa-
last one that came in, the committee.
it comes out of taxation, so no pizza.
It's not taxation, it's Scott's money, it's different.
Alright, any,
That's an unassigned fund balance.
oh, it's unassigned, alright.
I support that.
Okay.
You change those warrant hours, unassigned, I'm going on, all in.
Anything from the public before we wrap this up? Thank you, guys, for your input. Again, February 10th, it's at 5 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. The public starts at 5:15. And February 11th is the snow date.
Can you, wait a minute.
Yep, February 10th.
You'll send something out, right?
Yeah.
Somebody will.
I'll send out coupons for pizza.
5 o'clock.
Just start.
5 o'clock, the meeting starts at 5:15. That's on the joint schedule. Do your
For
best.
some testing.
Do your best. You gotta take care of yourself. Do your best. And just so everybody knows, I did, reach out to the, Conway Sun with the draft for the public notice. I haven't heard back from him yet, but I'm hoping to get it in Saturday's paper.
Also with Caitlin,
What's that?
the website.
Website.
It'll go on the website as well. Yep, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'll get her the final verbiage too, but it did go out to the paper per RSA.
Is there a time period, like 2 weeks ahead?
7 days,
7
or,
days.
anyway, I got it scheduled to be 10 days in advance.
Okay.
That being said, I can't read it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
At 7:34, thank you all.